I'm a very simple gal. Bed at 9 o'clock, chocolate, cheeky little candle, some perfume, or even if you're a man and you love the aftershave, I mean, a good smelling man. Just the best. That's all we're gonna say about that. Hello my loves, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the Self Love Toolkit. Now I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before. I actually came across the term Self Love Toolkit a couple of months ago whilst looking on Pinterest, which you guys know I'm a big fan of, and the idea is really beautiful to me. So the idea of a self-love toolkit, you may call it a self-care toolkit, is it's basically a checklist of things that you do, have, use, whatever it may be, that makes you feel better, that picks you up when you're feeling down, and a list of things that you can rely on every single time to basically transform your day. So the self-love toolkit for me, you can use it if you're happy, you can use it if you're sad, you can use it if you're struggling, but the idea of it really is that you have it in your back pocket mentally and you whap that bad boy out whenever you need it. So I tend to use it on the nights where I feel like I really need some me time, and I thought it would be fun to go through my self-love toolkit with you guys. Now don't get me wrong, there's quite a lot on my self-love toolkit, and if you want to listen to it in full you can listen to my podcast episode that I did all about it. I'll leave it down below for you guys, but I just thought for the sake of the video and for the sake of it not being really long that I would just mention a few of the things that I do most often that just pick me up every single time. So let's get started. One of the things on my list, dancing around the house to Beyonce. She's a bad bitch. She makes me feel like a bad bitch, and I don't know what it is. She just gives me that little feeling of empowerment, and I love dancing around the house. The thing with dancing is it really gets you into your feminine energy, and I am very much a lady who's in the masculine energy a lot of the time. Singing, just moving, always gets me into a better frame of mind, so I definitely make sure to do those things. Next up is something that I've really gotten into recently, and again it's a bit of a random one, looking at the stars. And I know that does sound a little bit like hippie woo-woo, but for me, looking at the stars and going for walks in nature are kind of hand in hand for me, and I'll tell you why. I am kind of someone, I'm just going through the motions sometimes, and I am trying to get from A to Z, and I think the thing that I am really trying to work on is to take in the beauty of life and to not always be focused on going from 0 to 100, and that you can actually take some time to appreciate what we've got around us. Go on a nature walk. If you had have known me a couple of years ago, me going outside was not a thing, whereas now I love going outside, love going on my walks, I love feeling the wind on my face, I love the cold air, I love getting out and exercising my lungs, because we don't do enough of that. We breathe very shallow like all through the day, but when you're outside and you're exercising and you're really taking a deep breath and you're just getting all those happy chemicals going through your body, I'm a big fan of that. And even the night time, looking at the stars, the other day I was looking out and there was like a little cluster of like 4 or 5, and there was one in particular that was so bright I literally felt like it was right in front of me. But I'm just very aware of the fact that I don't always pay attention to all the beauty around us, and I'm very much just focused on what I'm doing. And I really just want to be able to take a step back and appreciate life for what it is. It was just really a moment for me where I was like, wake up and pay attention and look at what actually matters in life. Like, don't get caught up in things, just see things for what they are and learn to see the beauty in things, because one day it might not be here. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. That took a dark turn, but it is what it is. One of my favourite things to do when I'm having a little bit of me time is to go for a bath. A warm, bubbly bath. It might have a bath bomb, it might have bath salt, it might have just bubbles. I love it all. I love just getting into a warm, cosy bath, eating a snack, drinking a drink, and I know that that is very controversial in itself. I know a lot of people are like anti eating in the bath, but I love it. If you're not eating in the bath, what are you doing? You've got to have a tasty snack. I am such a water baby and I just love being in the water. One of my favourite things to do, as in like my favourite kind of night, would be to have a takeaway or a really nice meal that like just hits the spot. You know, like your favourite meal of all time, and you're like, oh, that just did it for me. Do that, go for a bath, put all your stuff in there, come out, exfoliate the body, throw body lotion at myself, do my skincare, get myself all fresh, come out, get into a bed that's got fresh sheets, I've got my fresh pyjamas on, and I get in that bed and have another tasty snack, probably chocolate, and watch a really comforting cosy film. For me, that would be something like Jump in the Broom or Gavin and Stacey, Friday Night Dinner. They're like more programmes. A Cinderella Story, Mean Girls, like just something that makes you feel comforted. That's like my favourite night. I would not thank you for taking me on a night out. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for it, and I do love the odd night out, but I probably wouldn't thank you for it. Like, get me in that bed by 9 o'clock and I'll be loving my life. Another thing I've been really loving recently is playing on the keyboard. Now don't get me wrong, I can't actually play it. I did learn Titanic years ago and I've mastered Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Tell me you're a parent to an almost 3-year-old without telling me you're a parent to an almost 3-year-old. I think I just wanted to learn it and be a really cute mum and have that little cute moment with him and just sit down and play it for him. But actually when I play it, he tells me, no, stop. So if that's not a kick in the balls, I don't know what is. I was trying to be cute. He very much does not appreciate it, but that's fine. As well as that, I love a bit of colouring in. Again, I think it's because I'm a mum now and I'm always colouring in. Why is that a struggle? Probably shouldn't be. Colouring in. It's got to be a white book, big designs, fun designs, and you've got to use crayons. None of your pencil push. No thank you. Got to be a crayon. There's just something about a crayon. It just does it for me. If you have got dogs, you will totally relate to this. I've got 3 of them. Cuddling a fluffy doggy. I don't know what it is. It just fills you with the happy stuff, doesn't it? Like, just cuddling a dog that's fluffy and that just loves you is the best thing in the world. They don't care who you are. They don't care what you've done. They don't care what you've been through. They don't care that you're not always your best self. They just love you for who you are, and you don't need to try. You don't need to look good. You don't even need to talk to them. They just love you regardless. And I think having a dog and cuddling a dog is a very special thing. So for me, cuddling baby Willow, she's not a baby, she'll be 5 this year, but she'll always be my little baby, and just cuddling her, and they just love you no matter what, and they're always happy to see you, and not everyone in life is happy to see you, so treasure that moment with the fluffy dog. I don't actually think I mentioned this one on my podcast, which is actually wild to me because this is like one of my favourite things to do, but anything that smells good, I am all over it. Like, whether that be a body lotion, a foot cream, a candle, a perfume. I'm looking over here for inspiration. Any of that stuff, I'm your gal. I am very much someone who is comforted by scents, which is why I want to have my own perfume one day, because I just love it. You guys know, biggest perfume fan. So for me, if I'm ever having a moment where I don't feel myself, don't feel great, squish myself. So for me, it's just something, probably one of the quickest things that I can do that just takes me to a better place, and I love it. I kind of touched on this one in the podcast, but I was talking about eating one of your favourite things. For me, sitting down with a little bit of chocolate, probably a Malteser, a Guillian, a Ferrero Rocher, just something that's like very sweet and just like sexual in your mouth basically. Even a Wisp of Gold, even a Kinder Bueno, the list could go on. I love having that chocolate in my mouth. It's probably one of my favourite things in life, is to just sit and eat chocolate. So for me, if I'm in the bath or if I'm in bed watching a film or even cozied up on the couch, I love a bit of chocolate. It just does it for me. I'm a very simple woman. Another thing that I love to do is just do something creative. I think the thing with creativity is a lot of us don't believe that we've got it. Every single one of us are creative, like we just are. It could be baking, it could be listening to music, it could be cooking something, it could be doing a jigsaw, it could be if you love styling clothes, it could be singing, dancing, it could be anything. But I think in our heads we think, I can't draw, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, I'm not creative. Every single one of us are creative in our own way. And I've actually figured out that I am quite a creative person, but my two creative things to do are film YouTube videos and film my podcast. I cannot explain to you guys how much it means to me, and it always makes me feel a little bit emotional, because for me, I just cannot believe that you guys sit and listen to my drivel on my podcast and on my YouTube. My YouTube for me is very much like the fun side, whereas my podcast is always like a little bit more intentional about wanting to help people. So here on YouTube we've always got like the fun videos, like the Aldi hauls, the McDonald's videos, the perfume collections, like favourites, like just fun things. Whereas the podcast is a little bit more like how to be confident, how to be kind to yourself, the masculine and feminine energy, self-love toolkit, like just more advice type of things, and like real life chats, little heart-to-hearts. And both of them are so important to me, and I know that I've got so far to go. Like, I think I'm in 19 countries with the podcast, which is amazing, but I feel like I'm just scratching the scratch. Like, I don't feel like I've started yet. I just love to connect with people, and I love just sitting down, speaking from the heart and having fun and sharing things with you guys. It's so much fun for me, and this is where I know that this is what I'm meant to do, because not everybody could pick up a vlogging camera or talk into a microphone and put it out into the world. Not everybody can do that, and that's why I always tell you guys to look at things that you're passionate about. Look at your hobbies, because your hobbies will take you far in life. It just gives me so much joy to know that I'm sitting here and I'm using my voice to create something that could help people. I don't think I'm Mother Teresa, I don't think I'm solving problems, but I think connection and being open with people and being vulnerable and just letting people know that they're not alone goes so far. And that is like the whole aim of all of this. I just want you to know that if you feel a little bit quirky, if you feel a little bit crazy, if you feel any type of way, like you're on your own, you don't have anyone, no one understands you, I'm here, and that is how I feel. Like, I genuinely just feel like my aim is to help you feel not crazy, make you feel like you're not on your own, and to make you feel like you've got someone, and to have a little bit of fun, and to talk about things that are real in this life. That is what I want to do, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And just to know that people must resonate with what I say to a degree, it makes me so happy. So thank you so much for always being here. It really makes me so proud, so grateful, so thankful, and I hope you guys stick around. Last but not least, I love to spend a little bit of money on myself. The reason being is it's all good and well to do everything for yourself that's free. Okay, that stuff is really, really important, but every so often I believe that you've got to spend a little bit of money on you. That could be something like a McDonald's, it could be a bar of chocolate, it could be a bottle of perfume, it could be a lip gloss, it could be a candle, it could be a £5 bunch of flowers. Whatever you like to spend your money on, do it. And anytime you do that, you'll probably feel better. So my loves, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know, and let me know what you're going to put in your self-love toolkit. I would love to know, and then we can just exchange ideas for things to add into our self-love toolkit. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Love you.